Hello, Squad. Welcome back to another episode of the Business Sauce podcast. I'm your host, Eva Wolf, and today we're talking about the four C's every brand needs before spending more on marketing.
Business Sauce.
So, most brands don't have a marketing problem, they have a clarity problem. Before you spend more on ads, content, influencer, AI tools, or another website redesign, ask yourself if you have these four C's. So we'll talk about clarity, consistency, connection, and conversion. And if you start to work on these four C's individually, you will see that you will make some progress on who you are, what you do, or you can communicate yourself to other and other can understand what's the pain you're solving, what's the problem you're solving, and or you can really help them to um or you can help them that like literally. So let's talk about clarity. You have to ask yourself, can people understand what you do, who it's for, and why it matters? And yesterday I was speaking at an event. It called Marketing on Gover because it was like a tequila uh, net networking event. So I was like, okay, take a tequila. What can I do with the tequila talk? So I created this Marketing on Gover speaking about AI and explaining that sometimes you start to do so many things, you have so many tools, but at the same time, people don't really understand what you're doing, and you're using all these tools to have more production and be more productive, but you're not more productive if AI don't understand what you do. And I was explaining that AI, it's not an human, so it's a bot with different languages. So depending of what tool do you use ChatGPT with OpenAI? Do you use Gemini or do you use Cloud? These three different AI platform will have different type of features and different type of languages, and they will understand you differently. That's say if you start to use one prompt and you use this prompt in these three different tools, I'm telling you, they will not have the same type of answers, even if you ask the same thing, because maybe you use one tool more than another one, for example, and one of these AI bots know you way better than another one. So it's why I wanted to start with this C clarity, because we have to understand what you do. It's like your AI tool need to understand what you do. And if it doesn't, it can give you a clear answer. So I always say it's kind of speaking to your little brother or little sister and explaining what you do. If he or she doesn't understand what you do, or you can, or you can sell your services or your product to the world. It's no way. So same when you do a lot. I don't know if you do networking, but every time I met some people at networking, at some point, some people, well, I'm very bad at names, so it's very hard for me to remember names. But I always remember where we met, what did we talk about, what you do. Um, I'm curious, so I love asking questions to people when I met them, and I always remember this type of answer, even if it's like I can see it's the same person 5 years after and telling me exactly what he was doing 5 years before. That's kind of funny actually. Sometimes people are shocked. It's like, oh, you can remember all that, and I'm like, I don't remember your name though. So, but it's why yeah, knowing what you do. People need to know what you do, who it's for, and why it's matter, and the why always answer all the question. So it's why I was starting to speak about the networking, because sometimes you have only 10 seconds to introduce yourself, and you can't arrive and have 10 different acts and say, oh yeah, I'm doing this, but I'm also working on that, but I have my 9 5. So I'm not really an entrepreneur. I'm doing this and that. And all this mix up, people, you know, they don't have a lot of memories for some, and they will not remember what you do. And if you start to have so many different cases, it's out. You're out of the business. You're out of the memories. They will remember you because, for example, me, I have an accent. I was like, oh, yeah, it's a French girl. I think she does marketing. So, if you're not clear, no, I do advertising. We do website optimization. We do create um, content production, and doing that, ads, content production, website, explaining that we do gross marketing system and we help brands to scale. You will remember that, say, oh, brand scaling, help brand. And these little keywords you have to use sometimes just to make people remember exactly what you do with simple words. It just it's just super easy. So try to stop this podcast, stop this video, and train yourself. You have 10 seconds. In this 10 seconds, you have to say what you do, who you are, and why it matters. And this is hard, but I'm telling you, a very small sentence will help you to be way more clear. And being clear, so clarity will help you to go to this consistency, and that's the second C. All right. So clarity, consistency. The consistency is most brands don't fail because they are bad; they fail because they disappear. And it's like doing this podcast. At the beginning, I was doing like one video per week and then two bi-weekly because I didn't have the time to keep going, but I wanted to be consistent so badly that I was like, okay, let's do at least one per month. So sometimes you have to put boundaries to make sure you will keep going and you will actually do it, because if not, people will not remember you. So some brands, some freelancer, whatever you're doing, if you're trying to make it, you can't just post 1 week every single day and then for a month you're gone. Okay, you can do that in your career when you need to do a big break and you switching to I'm doing this to I'm doing that. Okay. So for example, when we switch or event agency to a digital marketing agency in 2020, yes, I disappeared for a while, but it was for a reason. It was a need. We needed time to reevaluate what will be our services and what the new pain we can solve. And that's another very important thing you have to think about. So consistency build trust, trust build business. And it's always the same. More people see you, more people think about you. And I know sometimes it sucks. You have to post picture on LinkedIn with a text and speaking about what you do, speaking about your milestone, speaking about your failure as well, because it's important to stay human. I know it sucks. Don't think people are happy to do that. Like you can like probably writing, or you can like some stuff. Some people doesn't like it. If you don't like it, take someone to do it for yourself. But with AI now, I will speak about more and more about AI actually in the business sales podcast, because it's what you have to do. You have to train yourself with AI, because it's right now. I can post so much with AI, and it speak like me because I train my bot, how I speak, what's my value, what I do, where I'm from, what my background, and having all this information now, I can just write the text I want to write, and it put all the sentence super properly, and I'm so happy about it because it just helped with my productivity. So you can be consistent now with AI. You don't have excuses anymore. You just have to be organized and take time. So the third C, connection. So people don't buy because you exist. All right. We're always in this circle of sale. They buy because they feel something. So people need to be connect with you. They need to understand you. They need to relate to you. They need to be, oh yeah, I've been there. Oh, where she's from, what she's doing now. I can do it. And it's kind of what I'm trying to do with you guys. It's like building a connection, building a trust. Sometimes I feel so bad and I'm like, why I'm doing this, what I will do with my company. You remember when I was like hiring people and a couple months after I have to fire them because I decided to switch all of services again in the agency because sometimes it's needed, you know? But let's come back to the connection, all right? Do people connect with your story, your mission, your personality, and your community? And it's kind of why you have some people on YouTube, they're very good at what they do. Like people don't become YouTuber because they want to be YouTuber. They become YouTuber because they have one personality. They love doing videography. They love making content and show them story and do stuff like that. And you relate to these people because you're like, oh yeah, I was like this when I was younger. Or, oh yeah, it's look like my big sister or big brother. And relating to people like this. And in the business area, it's the same thing. So people need to understand what's your story, what's your mission, what's your personality, and what's your community. Okay, so don't just post content. You have to post content and be smart about it. And you have to try to connect with people. So we spoke about clarity, we spoke about consistency, we spoke about connection, and now we're speaking about conversion because it's great to attract people to you, but you have to convert to make some cash. Okay. So the goal is always to convert your leads to create and generate revenue. So the most forgotten one, you can have great content, great ads, great branding, but if your website, funnel, offer, or CTA doesn't work, you're just paying to be seen. So this one is more, let's come back in the fact like, okay, I'm building a brand, I'm a founder of a brand, and you did it all great. Okay, you have your brand, you have your product, you have a nice logo, a nice branding, a nice website, you have content, people speak about your product, you have reviews, you have your first clients, everything go well. But now or you can make people buying again, and or you can have new people buying your product. And that's very hard for people to grow and scale. For a brand, growing and scaling, it's the most important point and it's the hardest part. It's kind of starting on a social platform. You will have your first 50 100 followers super easily. People since high school, college, you have family, like having 100 follower on Instagram is pretty easy, right? But having 1,000, it's a little bit more challenging. Having 5,000, it's way more challenging. And having 10K, it's super challenging. But until you have this number, then the scaling point is very easy because people trust you. And think about like an Instagram account or a YouTube channel. People you even you will start to follow this person because you're like, oh, a lot of people following her, oh, a lot of people following him, I'm just gonna follow him. I didn't really see his content yet, but I feel interest because people have interest to it. Okay, same for a brand. If you have a lot of people buying the product and speaking about the product to other, the word of mouth, people will buy your product more and you have new clients like this. But the word of mouth is very hard because people, when they are happy about a product, they will speak to probably 3 people around them. But when someone is not happy about something, they will speak about 10 to maybe 10 people. They will spread the word. And you don't want that, right? You want people speaking great about you, speaking great about your product. Cool. So coming back to this conversion problem, you can have the best, prettiest website in the world, but if it doesn't convert, you will never generate revenue. And I saw so many startups, so many startups. early stage startup starting, and the only thing is having a great brand, having a great everything. But if you arrive on the website and everything pretty, but we don't get or we can buy your product or why I will buy your product, what's the value for me, people will not buy it. So before starting to put a lot of money into advertising, think about, okay, why I'm not converting the traffic I already have on my website. No, you can even use AI to do that. You can put the link, say, learn about this website. You put your own link, blah, blah, blah. It will start to learn. You say, okay, or you think I can improve my website right now? I feel that I'm not converting enough. Can you help me to convert more? And asking this type of question of explaining the problem, he understand what you're doing, okay? He gets the data, he know who you are, he know what you're building. And now he will start to help you with the problem you're giving to him, okay? And it's not like, oh, do a website that convert. This doesn't work like this. And you might do so many A/B testing with different type of landing pages, different type of product page and information on the cart, and you will do so many testing. It's never ending. Testing, it should be one of your focus. Or I can do more, or I can do more. And not, or I can have more clients. It's, or I can convert more. And focusing on conversion will just help you to grow your company. So most agencies sell services. We look at system. It's where I wanted to do this podcast today, because marketing isn't just content, ads, or websites. It's all three work together. And it's why you have these four C's: clarity, consistency, connection, and conversion. So you miss one and growth gets expensive. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Business House podcast. If you found value in today's episode, make sure to subscribe and leave a review. And see you next time to the next episode. See you soon. Bisous.
Business Sauce.